Hartford, a major gang takedown. In fact, a violent gang has been terrorizing Hartford's notorious North End for more than a decade.
But a long
Damn, they making it in Hartford, Connecticut?
Gang leaders or associates in jail tonight.
This gang, this violent gang, is accused of murdering people, rival gang members, innocent people, dealing drugs, selling guns, just wreaking havoc on one of our cities. We're learning more tonight about the dark and bloody war between two rival gangs in Hartford. The FBI says it lasted for almost a decade.
The Hood Stars gang, its members and associates, promoted a climate of fear in the Hartford community through violence and the threats of violence.
From 2019 to 2022, one gang turned Hartford, Connecticut into a battlefield. They pulled up in stolen cars, emptied clips in broad daylight, smuggled guns from out of state, then filmed rap videos bragging about it. Sadly, not just rival gang members, but also innocent civilians were caught up in their mayhem. By the time federal agents caught up, 6 people were dead, dozens more were wounded, and the city was left traumatized. They went from breaking local news to a federal RICO. The culprits responsible were none other than the Hood Star G's, and in this video, we'll be telling their story. But before we get into the video, please be sure to like and subscribe.
Let me shout out to Funa.
The Hood Star G's, previously going by just the name Hood Stars, formed their organization in 2010. They controlled the areas of Capon Street, Westland Street, Enfield Street, and Main Street in Hartford, Connecticut. In 2011, one of their founding leaders was killed, leading to a new generation taking over. This generation was much more violent, reckless, and less organized. There was no hierarchy, no titles. You earned respect in the crew by catching bodies or accumulating drug money. Violence wasn't just a tactic, it was the culture. The Hood Stars sold fentanyl, crack, marijuana, cocaine, and xylazine-laced drugs across Hartford and into Vermont. They would purchase guns in Vermont using straw buyers and traffic them back into Connecticut. A straw buyer is a person who purchases goods or property on behalf of another person, concealing the identity of the real buyer. The Hood Stars would also steal vehicles, use them to commit murders, then burn them. And when they weren't sliding on rivals, they were recording drill tracks and flexing on social media. Their main war was with the Ave Gang, based just blocks away on Albany Avenue in the north end of Hartford. In January 2025, a 15-count federal indictment named 7 key members of the Hood Stars as part of a racketeering enterprise. These weren't random names, these were the heavy hitters. Angel Rivera, also known as Rico or Slat, was the alleged orchestrator. He organized hits, supplied drugs, and was tied to several murders directly. Raekwon Knight, aka RQ, was Rivera's enforcer. He wasn't just a shooter, he was the kind of guy who DM'd a victim's mom with a laughing emoji the day her son was killed. Paul Downer, who performed under the name Watt Benji, was also a shooter, known for shooting someone in the femoral artery over a drug debt in Vermont. Makai Thompson, aka Midnight, was considered one of the most dangerous members of the crew, allegedly involved in multiple murders. Paul Clark, also called Tommy Buns, helped manage trafficking and logistics. Tyshawn Walker, aka Pone Guapo, was linked to one of the murders. And finally, there was Joshua Cruz, aka Hop Out Curly, who was also an alleged shooter. The Hood Star G's would go on a multi-year shooting spree, primarily targeting Ave Gang members, with innocent civilians also being caught in the mix.
Oh, Ave Gang. I thought they used to have
On April 10th, 2021, at 4:46 p.m., shots rang out near the 100 block of Magnolia Street. An Ave Gang member named Jamari Preston, aka Mari, was sitting in a car when 2 vehicles, a stolen Acura TL and an Audi SQ5.
That's why you can't be outside lacking while it's cracking. Especially if you in the middle of a war going on and y'all live blocks away and you just sitting in the car lacking like ain't nobody sliding. Like come on, man. He look young as hell. He about 14.
Pulled up. Hood Stars members Rico, RQ, and Curly were in those
cars
vehicles and opened fire with rifle caliber weapons. Mario was struck multiple times. A 3-year-old child riding nearby was also shot. Mario was rushed to a nearby hospital but was pronounced dead shortly after arrival at just 16 years old. The Hood Stars
young, he was 16.
Abandoned the vehicles and set them on fire in order to destroy any evidence.
At least
Police
they set them
later
on fire.
recovered
At least they
both
smart.
burned getaway vehicles. Following Mari's death, RQ would go as far as DMing his mother on Facebook to mock her about his death, and multiple Hood Stars members made songs dissing him. This was only the beginning of the murders they would commit.
Damn. Them niggas fructose like that?
Less than a year later, on January 18, 2022, just before 7 p.m., Kendall Fair, better known on the street as Swerve, was shot and killed while parked on Mather Street. The gunman pulled up in a stolen Infiniti M37 and unloaded over 40 rounds, many from a modified Glock with a switch. Swerve died on arrival at the hospital at just 22 years old. 3 other people in his car were wounded. Rico, Pone Guapo, and Curly are alleged to be the gunmen in this incident. The police would later find the Infiniti burned to a crisp. The Hood Stars would celebrate this murder and go on to frequently mention Swerve in a disrespectful manner in their...
I told you these niggas, but then like I just don't understand it, bro. Like if y'all gonna go slide and do y'all dirt, why y'all get on internet this and then when y'all get caught, then the motherfuckers put it out there, then y'all talking about somebody snitching. What y'all ones going on the internet, as soon as y'all go do that, y'all start putting it on the internet and making known that y'all did it. Like I'm just so confused, bro. Like this internet is played out and it's making the streets even more played out. Like it don't make no sense, my dude.
songs.
And it slid on another day. Hey boys, built to ass on them
August
niggas,
1st, 2022, around 12:30 a.m., shots were fired on Winter Street in Hartford. Av gang member Brian Evans, 23 years old, was sitting in a car with 2 others when gunfire erupted. Federal prosecutors allege Rico was the shooter, using blackout ammunition and a Glock modified with a switch. Brian was struck and rushed to the hospital, but pronounced dead shortly after. 2 others were wounded. This shooting was believed to be retaliation for the May 2022 murder of a Hood Stars member named Jamie Holmes.
I'm gonna say, these
Members
niggas
of the
getting
Hood
some get
Stars
back.
believe that Brian was the one that killed him. Sadly, after this, the Hood Stars would go on to kill innocent civilians in back-to-back months.
What the fuck? He look like something.
On September 14th, 2022, around 7:45 p.m., a 28-year-old man named Devontae Gardner was walking near Park Avenue and Garden Street in East Hartford. Devontae was an employee of a rental car agency called Simple Auto Rental. He had rented a car to the Hood Stars member named Midnight, but it was not returned on time. Midnight and Devontae would get into an argument over the return of the car. That same evening, Midnight and another Hood Stars member tracked him down. Once he found him, Midnight opened fire. Devontae was hit multiple times and taken to Hartford Hospital, where he was pronounced dead shortly after arrival.
What the fuck? Another innocent person?
On the evening of October 27, 2022, around 5:30 to 6 p.m., a 23-year-old man named Manuel Rodriguez was driving down New Park Avenue when his car was rammed into by another car being driven by Midnight. After striking Manuel's car, Midnight fled the scene, attempting to pull off a hit and run. Refusing to let it go, Manuel followed Midnight's vehicle down Hillside Avenue. Around 6.
Yeah, hey. That's one thing you do not do. If they run and they get away, it's just unfortunate. But you don't follow nobody because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if they gonna pull out something, and it's unfortunate that he followed dude and dude put out a gun and killed him. That's you just gotta take your L, man. Call the police, call the insurance company, and go from there. Do not follow nobody.
6:59 p.m., Manuel pulled up near the 500 block, at which point Midnight allegedly jumped out holding a gun and heartlessly shot Manuel. Manuel was transported to the hospital, but will ultimately pass away from his injuries. Eventually, all of the murders that the Hood Stars were committing would catch up to them and land them behind bars.
I'm sure they did.
Tonight, a major development in the fight against violence in Hartford. 7 alleged gang members are facing federal charges for some of the most violent crimes.
By the end of 2022, the chaos caused by the Hood Stars had finally reached a breaking point. The gang's brazen violence, public taunts, and increasingly reckless shootings had drawn the attention of federal law enforcement.
Well, man, they ain't playing that in no damn
agencies
Connecticut,
including the FBI, ATF, DEA, and the U.S. Attorney's Office were working closely with Hartford police to build a case. Over time, they connected the dots, linking music videos to real shootings, matching shell casings to burned out vehicles, and pulling cell phone data that placed gang members at the scenes of multiple homicides. In January of 2025, after nearly 2 years of surveillance and evidence gathering, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Connecticut unsealed a sweeping 15-count indictment under the RICO Act. The indictment charged 7 key members of the Hood Stars with operating as a violent criminal enterprise. Among the charges were 6 murders committed in aid of racketeering, 8 attempted murders, drug distribution across state lines, illegal firearms possession, and conspiracy to commit violent crimes. The indictment also included witness intimidation, as several members had threatened people online and in person to remain silent. When the feds executed their search warrants, what they found confirmed the scope of the operation. Officers recovered over 5 pounds of fentanyl, along with quantities of marijuana, cocaine, xylazine, and oxycodone. They also found 16 firearms, many with illegal Glock switches and extended magazines, as well as multiple stolen vehicles used in previous attacks. Laptops and phones contained music files and social media posts where Hoodstar members openly bragged about murders, taunted rival gangs, and mocked grieving families. The songs weren't metaphors, they were confessions. The 7 men arrested were Angel Rivera, known as Rico, Raekwon Knight, known as RQ, Makai Thompson, known as Midnight, Joshua Cruz, known as Hop Out Curly, Paul Downer, known as Luwat Benji, Paul Clark, known as Tommy Buns, and Tyshawn Walker, known as Pone Guapo. Each of them now faces mandatory life in federal prison if convicted. RIP to everyone that passed away in this video. Pray for the city of Hartford, Connecticut. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comment section, and please be sure to like and subscribe.
Shit sound like shit. The feds and the police did like they was supposed to do. Like I said, I ain't know they was even, I can't say, it's hoods everywhere, but I ain't know they was getting down like that. You feel them niggas was met with some damn menaces. But shit, shout out to Funa TV, man. I catch y'all on the next one, man. We out.